Hey, I'm Dan, and I've been skating as an adult for 3 years now after quitting as a teenager when I broke my arm pretty badly. And getting hurt is part of the gig, and so I figured that I would share a little bit of encouragement, especially since I'm coming off of a month-long rehabilitation from hurting the meniscus in my left knee. Yeah, not so fun. But there is encouragement coming out the other side, because the reality is, what would I be doing instead? Not skateboarding? Then I'm just gonna sit at my desk all day long and die of a sedentary lifestyle, so I don't want that either. So getting some exercise is really important. In fact, my top 3 things with skating are don't get hurt, have fun, and get some exercise. And I have gotten hurt to some degree over the last 3 years, so I'll share a few of those stories and try to share a little bit of encouragement for those who are fighting off their own injuries in adulthood. One other thing, I'm going to show some products of things I've purchased in this video. None of it's sponsored. It's all stuff I bought with my own money because I thought it was worthwhile buying. And I'm just going to review the things that I think have been helpful for me. Okay, so first of all, I tend to fall and catch myself with my wrist, which is why I wear wrist guards. And you'll see this in pretty much any time I'm skating, I've got the wrist guards on. I wear the 888s with the double Velcro. They're kind of a good size. They fit my hand and give my thumb mobility. So I've been really happy with those. You can see they're pretty well chewed up because I've fallen many, many times. And I've been through a few sets of these already. The other thing is I tend to get shitters pretty often, where I'm working on some flip trick and it comes up and just whacks me in the shin. So I wear these painkiller socks from Footprint, which have the foam sewn in. And those are really good. These are totally worn out now. I just ordered a few new sets of those now that they're back in stock. So let's talk about what happened to my knee. A month ago, 4.5 weeks ago, actually, I was just having a light session. I was doing no complies, and they were going really well. It was like a really good no comply session. I was popping it high and catching it in the air and having a blast with it. And one time I went and I stepped off the board, I planted, I turned, and my knee went pop. My left knee, which is my front knee in regular stance. So that's not good. Like almost immediately I knew, all right, something's not right here. Don't try to skate it off or anything, right? Get home, called my physical therapist, and got in the very next day. He checked it out to make sure it wasn't the MCL or the ACL or whatever the various muscles and tendons you have in your knee are. I'm not an expert at it, but he said, yeah, most likely this is a meniscus injury. And so he got me doing some exercises right away. And I will say they are not what I thought I would have been doing, right? I would have been ice and elevate and stay off it for a long time. And he had me working on mobility, getting my full range of motion back right away. And I would say within a couple of weeks, I was the full range of motion, at least for walking around. It didn't even hurt at all. And by 4 weeks, I was able to really skate on it again. And so I've had just a few sessions at this point in time. Now, one of the things I want to do is have a little bit more stability and comfort when I'm going out to do a skate session before my knee is fully recovered. Right? So my physical therapist has me doing all sorts of crazy exercises to build up the muscles around the knee to support the knee. But some friends of mine turned me on to Old Bones Therapy. So I placed an order with them, got a couple of great shirts, and I got a couple of, I got these joint care formula pills, which my wife looked at the ingredients and said she gives them a thumbs up. So I can't attest to them being good or bad from that angle. It'll probably take months to tell. One thing I don't like about them so much is the pills are pretty big. So I end up crushing these up and putting them on top of a drink. But I also got a couple of knee braces. I got their lighter weight knee brace, which is made out of like a woven material, which is great. It's not that like wetsuit material. And it's really breathable, but feels really nice. I've been wearing this as a compression sleeve to help reduce the swelling in my knee. Also, if you look at the inside of this thing, it's got a little gel ring that goes right around where your kneecap is. And then it has kind of this grip ring around the top to keep it from sliding down. So I think that I'll eventually graduate to this guy, but I also bought the medium weight one, which is basically the same material and everything, but it has the addition of a spring on both sides, which is like a really lightweight metal spring, and then Velcro across the top and the bottom. And I've worn this for a few sessions and I really like it. It's very snug. It makes my knee feel more secure as I'm working up the confidence to be to really go at it again with skating. And so, I'm building my way back up. My physical therapist thinks I won't even need this long term. I'll be able to just be back to normal. But in the meantime, it's given me confidence and I appreciate that. Couple of things that I wish they had designed differently. I wish the Velcro had been different polarity. because this ends up getting stuck on the sleeve itself, which is going to kind of, be unsightly over time. And then I also wish that the Velcro here extended just a little bit further, because when I put it on, I end up running out of real estate there. But otherwise, these have been awesome. And the guys at Old Bones Therapy just seem like really great dudes. So I would recommend supporting them if you're into this kind of stuff and you want to keep your body going well long term. So here's the deal. When you do get hurt, because it is going to happen, that attitude sets in, right? There's that little devil on your shoulder who's like, you knew you were going to get hurt. What are you doing? You're an old dude. Why are you out here doing this still? You should just quit, right? You got to get that out of there. You got to keep your positive mental attitude up. You have to keep the tenacity, right, and really fight through it. I mean, literally from the very next day, I was doing physical therapy exercises. And I'm kind of a go-getter, so it doesn't really surprise me that I was able to stick with it through all that. But there definitely were days where I was down and I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to skate again. And having some friends that you can lean on, having some people that can be an encouragement to you, maybe watching videos like this of other people that have been through it, that can be an encouragement to you as well. So I just want to encourage you to keep at it and to avoid that sedentary lifestyle, and whatever level of skating works for you, go for it, right? Find the level that's right. You don't need to be killing it on all the huge obstacles when you're in your mid-40s like me, but you can do something that's fun and that's good for you in the long term. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep building it back up. I'm not going to rush it and overdo it. Today, I'm going to do a really simple little session in my driveway. Going to set up some of my obstacles in the driveway that I haven't skated for over a month, and see if I can get back some of those skills. We also got a new puppy, and the puppy needs to be introduced to skateboards. So I'm going to spend a little time with her and make sure that she's nice and comfortable with skateboards. So maybe she'll make it in some of these clips because she is adorable. All right, so that's it. That's what I think about Old Bones Therapy. That's what I think about some of these other protective gear that I've been using. Hopefully this is an encouragement to you to keep at it, to do the exercises, to work your way through recovery, and let's get out there and skate again. Pretty nice. It's gonna be my first time trying to ollie up on something like this 10-inch ledge here. I don't know if I'm up for it, but we'll give it a shot. Very ugly, but it was a 50-50 on a 10-inch ledge 4.5 weeks after popping my meniscus on the left knee. So I'm gonna take that as a win. So right there I did a big pivot turn and I felt it in my knee. So you got to be careful. What works and what doesn't work, figure that out. And don't do the stuff that doesn't work. Okay, so that was some pretty ugly skating. Definitely not my best. My goal isn't to be awesome here, it's to get better. And I will say that having this knee guard on helped a lot, so I'm I'm all for it. Come on. Come on. Yes. Oh, so good. So good. What do you think? Do they smell? What do you think of this? Do you like it? Oh, so what do you think? Oh, is it worth it to fight for skate injuries? Huh? What do you